In the last episode, we solved the second puzzle. It took me quite a while. It was a play with words. It was playing with the word Eis, which is EIS in German. And we had this word coming up here, ethics, and I wasn't sure what to do with it, and I was struggling with it. But it turns out it just wanted me to pick the E, I, and S. So, and this was the code. And basically, the hint for that was this ice cone back in the book on a later page. So here we have an ice cone on the floor with a symbol on it for this puzzle. So I think this was meant as a hint to say, hey, you should really look at those three letters only. And now we got some new cards. So these are the three new cards that we got and haven't really looked into it. I ignored them for now and I just started looking at this plus. So this is a new puzzle and I'm not sure we can solve it yet, but we can take a look. So it has the letters A, B, C, D on here. And then these A, B, C, D letters, they also appear on this page. So that's very suspicious. And they basically tell you about certain orientation of those letters. And they also give you the clue that C should be swapped with D. I'm not really sure what to make of that because this still means we have four symbols here. So even if we put them in the right order, I don't see how this solves our puzzle or anything. So maybe we hold off and we can check if we would find a solution. I think we would get one of those picture cards as we seen earlier. And that means that we have to say, oh, what is this puzzle associated with? So if we check here, I don't think we have any plus. Like there's no, oh, sorry, there was some sound. And so if we check here, there's no plus. And what that means, or what I think it means, is that the plus comes later on and we can have an actual piece of furniture or something that we can associate with the plus, and that will be the puzzle. But we don't have that yet. So I think the only one we have is a square at the door, and we probably need to open that door to get to kind of like the next virtual room who will reveal more puzzles to us. So I think what we need to do is I think we need to ignore this card for now. So I will just move it over here. And we need to focus on the cards that actually have the square. So here it says, if Tukahamun, I'm still not sure how to pronounce his name, let me try again. If Tutankhamun is playing, then every second Z ... he can't see anymore. So this could just be a play with a card and could mean Zahl, which in German translates to the English word number. So every second number he can't see anymore. Or it could refer to some other word, which I don't know. But let's find the plus inside this booklet. So it's not here. It's not here. It's not here. Oh, by the way, maybe we don't have to find the square, but maybe we also have to find the name. We have the name of the guy here. But I think this is just the overview page. Yeah, I think this is the correct one. So here here we have the symbol again, and then we have the reference. So this is definitely it. Let's just take a look at the third card before we skip it. And I think this is just blueprint or like a floor plan for some building. So I don't think we need it yet. I'll ignore it for now. Move it all over here to the ignore pile. So this is the part that I think we should focus on, and says some numbers are very hard to see and only very concentrated eyes can allow you to find the numbers we are looking for, and with that also the correct solution. So this is only the lower part, and then there's an upper part as well that talks about that we should find some numbers on page 10. So page 10 is this one. So we could try to find some numbers in this image. But I think there's like some clue that we haven't really not gotten yet. And this is that the second numbers are kind of missing from this card. And maybe it's also referring to I don't know. So it says if you want to go through the door, and we want to go through the door. So I think this is referencing this puzzle here. Then you have to follow these instructions, and then it gives us the instructions. And the instructions are kind of in broken German, so I'm not sure, maybe they're a hint in itself. Yeah, basically you just says that to find all the numbers on page 10. So maybe we really have to find all the numbers on page 10. And that's really what we have to do. Oh. So maybe I don't know. I think that's kind of weird. We could think about that these numbers here, they are on page 9, but they're also on page 10, right? They're just on the back side of page 10. So you could argue that those are meant to be used. So if we look against the light here, I don't know, you don't really see that, I guess. But I guess they have some corresponding icons on the other side, and we could look on the other side where those point to. I'm still not sure how to order these numbers, so I will look on the other side first if we can find some numbers there, kind of the old-fashioned way. But if we can't, then maybe this is a way out. So I will move this up closer so you can see it better as well. Can't really find any numbers. I mean, I can find symbols, and obviously I can translate symbols into numbers, but that feels kind of too far-fetched. We also have this page, but maybe this is for a later puzzle. We also have these numbers, which I'm curious about. I mean, we could remove every second one of those. But then we still have, how many are there? 15 or something? 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. We have 15, so we still have 7 or 8 numbers left, even if we remove every second here. It's way too many numbers. So I don't get... And it could also be that... Could also be that we get some form of... That only some of those numbers are valid because of this page or something like that. But I don't see how that mapping should work. We could also see it as like draw... I'm not sure. I think I have to read this text again and again to kind of maybe get an idea or like get a hint. So yeah, I'm really recording everything I do. Like I'm not skipping anything. I might do in the end. I might do one video where I put everything together, the whole thing, if people want to see that. But I think most people don't want to watch me staring at yeah, basically the sheet of paper and not doing anything for 5 minutes. So I think I will also cut out the parts that are basically just idle and reduce it to the parts where I'm actually talking, for a more mainstream version, I guess. Haven't really thought about it. But so we're still doing this puzzle here. I think it's the puzzle with a square on it. So this one. And it basically tells us to remove every second Z, and then it's burned out. So I'm guessing it refers to the German word Zahl, which means number. So every second number we should ignore. And then I'm thinking that maybe these are really two separate puzzles here. So this is for the Cleopatra puzzle. So maybe we have to remove that from our mind for now and just focus on the right side here. And it says from left to right. So we could definitely do something there where we could skip every second one. The thing is, I don't know how that helps us. I mean, I don't see that really helping, and there's also some ambiguity. There's some parts that don't really make sense because the 4 and the 7, they are very much aligned. So if we read from left to right, it says from the bottom here, what comes first, right? And do we just say top to bottom or bottom to top? It doesn't really add up, because we can always start from top to bottom at 3, 7. Then is it a 0 or is it a 1 first? I guess it's a 0, 1, 5, 7, 2, 8, 4, 0, 5, 9, 3, 6, 5. Sure, and we can remove the second one, so it's only 3, 1, 7, and so on, but it makes a sequence that is too long. And also, I don't see how that helps us and how it's even correct. Just feels it's not very clear. And then we can also try to look where those numbers line up with this picture, because in the beginning of the book, it tells us to really look closely at the picture on page 10. And I just don't see it. It says some numbers are very hard to see, and only concentrated looks can lead to a conclusion. So I feel like there's some clue with the concentrated look. So they say, you should really concentrate. I mean, I'm just holding this against the light for 1 second, but I don't think it will help me. I mean, I'm basically seeing all the digits through the paper, which, great, but it's still too many digits. How do you use all those digits? That's what I'm questioning myself with. So like all these digits kind of are visible, obviously, but there are way too many. And I can remove every second. But I'm not sure what that brings. I think this is a later puzzle, so I think this is not relevant now. I really feel this is really the idea that we can kind of look through this and ignore every second one. Maybe if we do that, we can try it, and we can look at it again. Maybe if we actually look through the page and we look do it the right way around like this, and we go from left to right here, then maybe it's also clear which numbers to take, because we're starting with the 3, 7, 1. I guess left is 0, 5, 2, 7. But when I have still a problem here, sorry, you can't see that. So we still, if we start from left to right, then we have 3, 7, 1, 0, 5. Okay, then 2 and 7 is almost aligned. You could say that the 2 is slightly more to the left, all right? And then we have the 0 and 4, and it's not clear which one to take because they're on the same line. And then we have maybe the 5 slightly before the 8, and then 3 slightly before the 9 here, and then we have a 5, 6. It's really weird. And I'm not sure how to solve that. Also, it gives us way too many numbers. Like, what do we do with all those numbers? I mean, the one thing we could think about is if they actually remove some numbers, maybe the unique numbers are the same, you know. So we start with the 3, we remove the 7, we get the 1, we remove the zeros, we get a 5. So we have 3, 1, 5 already. Then we remove the 2 and we have a 7 here. And I guess we have to use that 7 then. Maybe there's a way that we could, for example, if we use 3, 5, 5, we have 3 5s, 2 3s, and for example 2 7s. So if we restrict ourselves to those numbers, maybe it could work, and then we have to find some argument why we would remove the 1, 2, 0, 4, 8, 9, and 6. And the other thing that we could think about is that we connect numbers for some reason. So connecting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm not sure. It also doesn't make sense that these numbers are oriented in this way. So you're supposed to read it like this, but then this picture isn't. It's kind of bothering me. I feel like if they want us to connect these numbers to this picture, they would orient them in the same way, right? You would orient them 90 degrees. So let's read this again, because that's the best thing I can do, I think. So if you want to go through the door, then you have to follow these instructions. Oh. I don't know. So it says basically find the places that can, I don't know what the English translation is. The German word is Dreistigkeit, which basically means something like it's not very polite, basically. It's already kind of in your face thing, but it also has the word drei in there, so D-R-E-I, so a 3. So I could kind of see this as being a hint, so that the 3 is some form of a hint. And maybe we can check if there's other hints in the text, but maybe it actually maybe refers to things that come in 3, and maybe we should only take those numbers, for example. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't see any other hints in this text. I mean, obviously we have page 10, which we could decode as like a 10, 1, 0. So we could say this is a 3, 1, 0 if we want to stretch it quite a bit. And it says also that this is a really old text and we shouldn't get irritated by this text here, which seems odd to say. So it says, um, find the location of the numbers in this picture in the picture on page 10, and don't be irritated by this very old text. Oh, so also maybe this folding that we should do here, maybe we should do that on the other page as well. We could try that in a second. I think that's one idea that we can do. All right, so one thing is, if we look at how many threes do we have, I think here we have 2 threes. That doesn't help, but we could look at, only at things that come in 3, like these candles come in 3, and maybe there's also other things that come in 3. So maybe we should only take the numbers, if we look at this page, that line up with stuff that comes in 3. I don't know, that's a stretch. The other thing is we could also try to fold this around, kind of see if that helps us in any way. I don't really see how that helps. No, I can't see that helping. Yeah, I mean, let me hold this against the light one more time. I don't know, the numbers are all over this page. I can't really make out why those specific things would come in 3, and we could also take the location of the 3s, but it doesn't help us either. Then instead we should focus on this one thing that I said earlier. So we have this kind of like shape here, the one here, the dark shape. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know, it's such a stretch. But on top of our head, we have a 1 there, and we have kind of a similar shape. Let me try to get that on video here. So here at the top left, you can see that. Very hard to see. Can I focus the camera on it? Maybe. So there's another shape like that. So we have kind of that repeating. I'm not sure how that helps us. I mean, it could be that these are kind of the numbers that they want to make us look for, but I'm not really happy with that. What else could there be? So we have the floor tiles. We had almost like a 3 there in the bottom here. And I'm wondering if there's other stuff in the floor tiles that we could use. And for the 10th time, let's just read through it and translate it. So I like this maybe clue that I found about the Dreistigkeit. And then there's this number hidden in there. But I still don't get why it says don't get irritated by this really old text here. It seems so weird to say. We can also try to remove every second word, but it doesn't really work. And the other thing is we can also take every second sentence and it still makes sense, but I don't know, it seems far-fetched. And then it basically says we should find the hidden places in this text, not on the So basically it says if you want to go to the store, find the hidden places of the numbers in this very old text, and make sure you don't overlook anything, only concentrated looks. Oh, here we go. So we have zweifelsohne. So this is without a doubt, but it also has a 2 in there, right? Zwei. Zwei is the English word for 2. So there's definitely, if this is a 3 with a Dreistigkeit, then we have a 2 here. So maybe there's actually something here. So a 3 was the first one we found, a 2 is the other one we find. And maybe there's really a third number in here. All right, let's go through it again. Can't really find any other numbers in this text. It's so weird. I mean, we can try, maybe there's a third number here that I can't find. The thing is, if that's the case, then this is really weird, because you would assume that you also need the picture on page 10, right? How can you... It even says that there's multiple numbers on page 10, right? So it can't be that there's only one on page 10 and the rest is here. So I can't really come up with a word in German with a Z, apart from Ziffer or Zahl, which both means number. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else here. I mean, obviously we could use the 3 from Dreistigkeit, the 10 from page 10, and the 2 from zweifelsohne. So in theory we have 3 numbers, but we also need to use numbers that are a single digit. So the 10 is not really helping us unless we see it as a 1 and a 0, and then we have 4 numbers, so that's not helping us either. And then we could also think about that maybe they want us to look at we have like 2, 3, and 3, so we have exactly 3 numbers if we only look at those. So in theory we could do something like 2, 3, 3. Maybe we should just try that, because this is from left to right, so it's like a 2, 3, 3. But it could also be left from right for this picture here, in which case we should orient it like this, and then it would be a 3, 2, 3. And let's write those possibilities down. 3, so this would be a 3, 2, 3. And the other case would be that we just use this, which is a 2, 3, 3. Which I think is more unlikely, so I'm using the 3, 2, 3. I would use that first. Let's just see what happens if we enter it. It's probably not correct, but I'm at this point just want to try something out. So we're using the square, and the 2 refers to the person with the arms up. So it's all the way over here. And then the 3 this was, oh sorry, we should start with the 3. We wanted 3, 2, 3. So the 3 is the bug with the wings, and it's a person with the arms up, and then it's a bug again. So this would be 3, 2, 3 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is correct. At least, it's a 3, 2, 3. I don't think it's the final answer, but let's just look at number 20 just to see an X for once. All right. Yay. All right, so that's not correct. I mean, we can do the 2, 3, 3 just for fun, but I don't really believe in it. It's basically, then we have this person, then we have the bug, and then we have the other person. I think it's like this. Oh no, we wanted a 2, 3, 3, right? So this is actually 2 times the bug then. Yeah, so this is a 14. Let's take a look. for fun. Nope, it's not correct either. So this is not the right idea here. I would have been surprised if this is actually that simple. I feel like we didn't use this picture at all. But it's bothering me. Doesn't want to be easy on me. Yeah, hello everybody. It has been a couple of days since I played this, and there was some stuff going on, so I took a couple of days off. I had to pack the game away, and now I'm back at it. I just basically took everything out of the box again and tried to restore the original layout of things, and I don't think I did any mistakes, but things might have moved around a bit, and I got some new paper here as well, and I'm struggling a bit to get back into where I was last time, but I also already got one more idea while I was unpacking this, so maybe we can make some progress. I think last time we were looking at this card here, and we're basically saying that this is a symbol that we're trying to solve, and so this card is definitely not relevant because it has a different symbol, and then this has like a different name of a different guy, so we're also thinking that this is not relevant, so we can put those two away for now at least. And then we have this card that talks about the game of Cleopatra, which we are not sure if we need it, but maybe we don't, maybe we just need this one. And this one basically says whenever Tutankhamun, or let's say that again, Tutankhamun, Tutankhamun, I guess. If Tutankhamun is playing, he can't see every second ... and start with a Z. And I think last time we thought every second number he can't see. But so my idea right now was maybe it's not the number like Zahl, Ziffer in German, but it could also be Zeile, so that's a row. So it could be he can't see every second row. So if you look at this book again, we had on the first page we had this long puzzle here, and it's a very long text, and I don't know, maybe we should only read every second line of it. That's one idea. But I haven't given any more thought because I wanted to record everything. I kind of like these, moments where I figure something out, so I didn't want to do it off camera. But basically, it says, if you want to go through the door, then we skip one row. So if you want to go through the door, then you have to find the numbers that are very, very hard to find. And we talked about this, that there's a play of words here that is the number 3 is encoded here. And then it says you have to find it in this really, really old text here. And this could mean that, this number is actually encoded in this text here. And so then it says, always make sure that you don't overlook. Only very concentrated looks, or like only very concentrated eyes can find without a doubt. And this is another game, so there's a 2 encoded here. So without a doubt, the correct solution. So it's kind of weird because it makes sense if you only read every second line. Like it's a text that makes sense, but it as far as I can see, only 2 numbers. It's a 3 and a 2, so like 23, and that doesn't really help us because I think we need 3 numbers for this puzzle. So not sure how to make progress with that, but we can also read the alternate lines. So we start at the second one by I guess that doesn't make sense because it's on this card here it says he doesn't see every second one. So why would he start with the second one, right? And I mean, we can try to read it. You have to follow these rules. No, it doesn't add up. So I think it's really the way it's meant, or the way it works is just skipping every second one. So let me read that again in German. So just I know how it sounds in German. Wenn ihr durch die Tür gehen wollt, findet die an Dreistigkeit nicht zu übertreffende Verstecke der Ziffern in diesem wirklich uraltem Text hier. Beachtet stets, dass ihr nichts überseht, nur konzentrierte Blicke lassen euch zweifelsohne die korrekte Lösung finden. So I really feel that there's another number hidden here, and I'm just missing it, and I feel like already I'm close to just reading in German. My brain is telling me, oh, there's something, but I can't put my finger on it, and maybe that's just because of the language barrier that I'm switching between English and German, and that's hard for my brain to handle. So let me try again to read this in German and just talk about this in German for a few seconds. Wenn ihr durch die Tür gehen wollt, findet die an Dreistigkeit nicht zu übertreffende Verstecke der Ziffern in diesem wirklich uralten Text hier. Hier klingt so ein bisschen, here sounds a bit similar to the German vier, which is a 4, but I don't think that's good enough. I think it has to be more obvious. And obviously there's also English numbers, like in the word uralten, there's a 10, so that's the number 10 is encoded in there, but I don't think they switch languages, so I think we can ignore them. Oh, here we go. I'm stupid. I think so. It says beachtet, and if you take out only the middle part, it's 8. Acht is the English word for the German word for 8. So I think we got it. So the first one is the 3 from Dreistigkeit. The second one, let me put it down so it's the camera is focusing. So the 3 from Dreistigkeit. Then we have the 8 from beachtet, and then we have a 2 from zweifelsohne. So I think it's 382, and we can again encode this. So we have this praying person is right. This is like 1, 2, 3. So let's try that. Oh, I'm excited. Here we go. So that's a praying person. Great. Then we have the 8. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is this bug type here. Let me get that bug type. And then we have a 2. And the 2 is just this bird. Let's get the bird. And that gives us 27 for this symbol. If you don't remember, like this is the symbol that is on this card. So I think it's connected. So I'm thinking it's a 27. Please, please, please. Guys and girls. I think we got a good card here. So if we look up this picture here, I think the symbol is here on the door. So we're looking for the door. We can look at that card here, and the door is number 1. I think it's on top of here. Oh, it's this one. Let me just check. No, it's this one. Yeah. So it's this one. So we should look at the card 1. Let's look at that one. No. Oh, I was so excited. What did we go wrong? All right, let's put this one back. Let's look at this again. Do we make a mistake here? Oh, I think we made a mistake here. Because like while the 1 looked the correct I was actually confused between the 22 and the 1. And if you can see this, the 1 has a weird like there's a weird cat sitting at the right side. On the 22 there's nothing. And if you compare it to this one, there's nothing here. So I think it's actually the 22. And I was just being stupid. So it's a 22. So let's try that again. All right. Let's look at it. And all right. It just gives you a remark like, you were sure about this, right? Well, you got it wrong. The heck? I don't get where we were wrong. This seemed like such a good explanation. Like I really liked the whole thing. Let me look at this card again just to make sure. Let me look at it without the camera. It's definitely pointing to the 22 card, I think. Yeah, I'm completely sure that this points to the 22. So the 27 is not correct. Which is really frustrating because I was really sure about this 382 here. All right, let's put them back first. So it's a roll. We messed it up. 22. And then this one was the 27. Putting them back. Going back to this. So first of all, did we do this lookup correctly? So I still have the numbers that we used for the others. I have them back here. Not sure. All right, this works. Oh, and we started with, I think we started with 0. So we mapped it to 0 to 9, which makes more sense. So I think we just mapped these numbers wrong. It has been too long since I last played this. So this symbol again. So the 3 is actually the wings. All right. And then the 8 is actually the things down here. And then the 2 is actually the person with the arms. So we are at 4. So let's do this again and now properly. So we're at 4. All right, so that's good. That's good, that's good. And now we should go to number 30 according to this, because it's the same symbol. So if this is not the correct one, yeah, I don't know anymore. That's the last one. All right, wish me luck. And this is a cut where you play some advertisement.